Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Danny Garcia has been finding a way to win ever since this man started making real money in boxing, knocking people out at 140, bubbling up to 147, winning the belt, defending the belt, knocking people out left and right. And even now, Al Heyman has taken care of Danny Garcia, but Danny Garcia's reward has been great because his effort has been great. And even in the losses, he's still winning. Now, if you haven't been paying attention to what Danny Garcia has been doing, probably for the last 10 years, Danny Garcia has been heavily investing in the real estate and really setting himself up for retirement after boxing, which is smart. Deontay Wilder is another one who talks a lot about his investments, and the OG in all this, who's been probably set the tone for really investing in real estate and taking care of himself, is Larry Holmes, Larry Holmes has like entire, like communities that he owns. Larry Holmes is rolling. Larry Holmes is in a great position, but he wasn't foolish with his money, okay? And that's why it's so important to not get caught up in the depreciating assets and focus on those things that can appreciate. Even for those of you who don't have millions of dollars, if you can afford it, pick up a little townhouse, a second property, use that for your tax write-off, lease you a vehicle through that. Every year change out your vehicle, because instead of paying money back, you just go out there and change out your vehicle. So many ways to do it. But nevertheless, this man goes and buys a $20 million building in Philadelphia. $20 million building. Now, what his plans are doing, man, is getting his liquor license and turning this building into the largest sports lounge on the East Coast. Now, that's a big deal. Because just reading that, I said, man, what about Jay-Z tried it, his little 2020 lounge, a couple of them there in New York. You got other, even just like Dave and Buster and stuff like that. But when you think about a $20 million building in Philadelphia, and I know prices of real estate's pretty expensive anyway, but that's still a lot of money. And he plans on having it being a sports bar, maybe at sometimes hosting fights, talking about having a barbershop in there. We definitely know he's going to have the liquor license. Maybe having a one side and another side of the room, like stripping, all kind of stuff going on. Looking at host different events, entertainment, have entertainments come through there, people from Hollywood, athletes, everything. So it looks like he's trying to make this into a one-stop shop for all the interests from people from all walks of life. And that's a good thing. I say try it. You got the money to do it. Worst thing that happens, if that idea doesn't work out, you still got this large building where there's going to be something that I'm sure him and his team will brainstorm about, is going to implement, is going to work out at some point. Say if you don't try it once, it doesn't work out, then try again, right? But at the end of the day, Danny Garcia has a lot of property, a lot of businesses. He has his own, I understand, I think his own construction company. He is just plugging along, man. So, you can't help but be proud of him, man. He's not afraid to take his money and invest in himself and really look to create that generational wealth. And, I know a lot of athletes, especially boxers, they're into stuff like this. I believe J-Rock, who's another Philly native, he owns a lot of building, a lot of property. He actually goes in, refurbishes facilities and buildings, and then, resells them or rents them out. So they got the right idea. And when you have that kind of capital, it's best that you take it and you commit it to something that's going to grow, opposed to getting something that where you're losing money. And it's good to see that, man. I'd rather see these boxers walk around in a little white T-shirt, a little pair of cut-off shorts, and a little sneaker, you know what I'm saying, or a flip-flop, and walk around looking Simple Simon, but have, $50, $60, $100 million in their account and property, and just have money beyond comprehension, than somebody walking around here looking like $1 billion, but only have, maybe 100,000 in their account and all these depreciating assets, but they look the part. But at the end of the day, they got to come and beg their friends for money. See, that's what I don't like hearing. But that's why there's no excuse anymore, right? Because these are things that they're not a secret anymore. This kind of stuff this information is out there to the public. It's just some people who, if they didn't grow up with it, they're a bit stubborn. People are resistant to change, and some people are afraid of information. And then at the same time, some people don't trust many people. You got that kind of money, you got different people coming at you with all these ideas. You should do this and do that. And we've heard the horror stories where guys go and they trust this investor, or put my money here, put my money there, and then you got lawyers and everyone else, and all of a sudden your money's gone. And I can understand it. Hey, what I have, I have. I don't need to worry about, having this money, man, increase 20-fold. I'm cool. What I have, and I'm all right. And I'm not saying nothing wrong with that mentality. But when you see someone out here who's strategically planning his future and just, step by step, getting a bit closer and closer to what his end goal is good to see. And for this man to go purchase $20 million building, turn into the largest sports lounge on the East Coast. Once he finishes that, I'm going to have to fly on up there when I'm up there in Queens, and then drive on over there, man, to Philly and see what's going on with my partner and see what's happening, man. Because I'd be curious to see if he really got some $20 million building. But he signed a deal on something. I don't know if that price point is all right. People throw shit out there on the internet and exaggerate. But if it really is a $20 million building, it's got to be a big building. And if it plans on making it the largest sports lounge on the East Coast, it's going to be interesting. So good luck to him. With that being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans. Shout out to the people from all 7 continents. I appreciate the support. Hit that super thanks button. You can donate to PayPal or Cash App. It's all on your screen. And as always, I'm in the breeze.